Good morning or almost good afternoon, Crystal Clear Ministry Group. I wanted to pop on here because today is my 39th round around the sun, as some people would say. And so am experiencing the gift of getting to celebrate another year of life. And I wanted to get on here and share with you guys some of my takeaways that I've learned in the Lord this year. And ironically, it lined up with Psalms 39. So I thought it was funny that I was turning 39, and Psalms 39 is really one of the biggest life lessons that I have learned this year. So I'm just going to talk about that a little bit with you guys, and hopefully encourage you guys with maybe a little bit of a perspective shift or a different heart posture when you're really reflecting over your life, especially over these last few years. But thank you to all of you who have taken time out of your day to wish me a happy birthday and to honor the fact that I am still here. I really do appreciate all of the love, and I am very truly grateful for the first time in the past 2 years to be alive. I've come to understand what a gift it is to be here, and so I just want to read with you guys Psalms 39 really quick, and this is. I really love kind of the theme of it, and this, of course, is David's writings, but the theme of it is, apart from God, life is fleeting and empty. This is an appeal for God's mercy because life is so brief. And there's nothing like having a birthday to make you think about, how quickly the years have flown by. I can't believe I'm in my last year of my 30s, getting ready to go into a different decade of life. And I am so grateful to be here because I feel like in your 20s for me was when I made a lot of mistakes. I was really kind of not really sure who I was, and made a lot of mistakes, in my 20s. And then in my 30s was kind of dealing with the residue of those choices, whether good or bad. And now I feel like moving into my 40s next year, I'm a lot more grounded. A lot more grounded than I've ever been, and a lot more solid in who I am and whose I am than I've ever been in my entire life. Even over the last 2 years, I can honestly say that right now I am very certain about what I believe, what the values that I have, what's important to me, where I need to give my time. I'm very clear on that for the first time in my life. Okay. So let me read this to you guys. So Psalms 39, I said, I will watch my ways and keep my tongue from sin. I will put a muzzle on my mouth while in the presence of the wicked. So I remained utterly silent, not even saying anything good. But my anguish increased. My heart grew hot within me. While I meditated, the fire burned. Then I spoke with my tongue. Show me, Lord, my life's end and the number of my days. Let me know how fleeting my life is. You have made my days a mere handbreadth. The span of my years is as nothing before you. Everyone is but a breath, even those who seem secure. Surely everyone goes around like a mere phantom. In vain they rush about, heaping up wealth without knowing whose it will finally be. That part right there really stood out to me because sometimes we can become so obsessed in life about acquiring things or achieving things. And it's really good, you guys. I've learned this year that there is nothing wrong with having goals and dreams and achieving things, but we have to remember that they are seasonal, right? They're not sustainable. And at the end of the day, all of the stuff that we acquire, all of the wealth and property and all of the tangible things that we store up for ourselves, when we leave this earth, when our time has come to an end, it's going to be in somebody else's hands, right? So, it's really, I love how God refined in me that it's okay for me to strive for things, but also to remember it in its proper place, that all of the things that I may spend my time accomplishing, at the end of the day, what's most important is my relationship with Him. What's most important is my relationships with the people that He has placed in my life. But that it's okay to go for it. That it's okay to live out loud, as people would say. That it's okay to get all you can out of this life. Why not? Right? Because it's a gift. And so, but I do like how he says, you know, remember that at the end of the day, when all is said and done, everything is going to, you don't even know whose hands your stuff is going to wind up in. So don't be so attached to those things, right? Don't become so attached to those things. But now, Lord, what do I look for? My hope is in you. Save me from all of my transgressions, and do not make me the scorn of fools. I was silent, and I would not open my mouth, for you are the one who has done this. Remove your scourge from me. And David at this time, I think he was struggling with some type of sickness. He was inflicted with something, and so it felt like he was being struck by the Lord. But it doesn't mean that he literally was, but he felt that way. Because then he says, I've overcome by the blow of your hand. When you rebuke and discipline anyone for their sins, you consume their wealth like a moth. Surely everyone is but a breath. And I think we all can relate with David here, that we've all gone through things in our life that have caused us to feel like we have been hit by a Mack truck. Sometimes life happens and it can make you feel like you've been sucker punched, like the ground has literally been ripped from underneath your feet. But we just have to remember that in those moments, God is still sustaining us, that he's still holding us, and that there is still a lot to live and fight for. Okay, so hear my prayer, Lord. Listen to my cry for help, and do not be deaf to my weeping. I dwell with you as a foreigner, a stranger, as all my ancestors were. Look away from me, and I may enjoy life again before I depart and am no more. Look away from me that I may enjoy life again before I depart and am no more. So the part that really stood out to me in this text was, show me, Lord, my life's end. The number of my days. That's my 5-month-old, by the way, sorry. And let me know how fleeting my life is. You have made my days a mere handbreadth. The span of my years is nothing before you. Everyone is but a breath, even those who feel secure. And so we can feel like we have all of the time in the world sometimes, and because we feel like we have so much time, sometimes it can cause us to be stagnant or complacent or apathetic about taking action. And one of the things that God really taught me this year is, do not put off today, do not put off for tomorrow what can be done today, because today is all we have. And I really like how they put it here. They said, life is short, no matter how long we live. If we have some... Can you grab him? Thank you. He always has to share his 2 cents. So they said in the commentary here, and I really agree with this, life is short, no matter how long we live. So no matter how many years you're blessed to have, it's still you're gonna wake up and it's still gonna seem like it just time flew by. Like even watching my 5-month-old grow up, like I feel like I just gave birth to him and he's about to be 6 months old. Like that's crazy to me how big he's gotten, how much he's doing already. And I feel like I just blinked, and I feel like I just blinked and was 39 as well. Like so much life has happened to me. I've gone through so many things, but so much of the things that I've gone through feel like a distant dream. Like I can't believe I once lived in that season, you know? And so if we have something important we want to do, we must not put it off for a better day, for that better day may never come. Ask yourself, if you only had a short time to live, what would you do? And so, you know, I really learned that this year, that I don't need to be putting things off. Do it now. Today is the day of salvation. Today is the day to go for, you know, reconciliation, to go to give forgiveness, to give grace, to heal, to get healthy. McKay. He lift his arms up and slide it in. Oh, he scared me, but don't pinch his skin. My 6-month-old is super strong. They just took off his high chair tray. Yeah, okay, so anyways, go for those things today. Don't wait. You know, and it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to not know what you're doing completely, but take a step in faith and trust that God is going to show you what the next step needs to be. But don't put it off for tomorrow, because we know so many people didn't get to see their tomorrow. They didn't even get to finish their today. You know, one of the things when I woke up this morning, I told my husband, wow, I can't believe I'm 39 years old. And he said, I'm just so thankful that you're still here. You know, and I was like, you know, that's real. That's really real, because there's so many things that have tried to take us out, you know, and here I am still here. And so I said it before that I think the best way to honor the lives of those who are no longer here, whose time got cut short, is to fully live and experience the gift that you have of still being alive, right? And so tell someone you love them, forgive, you know, go out of your way for somebody, smile, make somebody's day, right? Deal with any areas in your life where you might be feeling you're undisciplined. Start today, right? Tell someone about Jesus, right? Because life is short. Don't neglect what is truly important. And so they were also talking about in this chapter how we work so hard to secure life on this time side, you know, working all these hours and building businesses, whatever it is for you. And we give so much time and so much effort and so much discipline to building a life here. We want to be mindful that we're giving the same, if not more, care and concern and attention to the life that's after here, right? Building up those heavenly treasures and making sure as many people as possible that we know are being introduced to Jesus, right? So I don't know. I just thought it was a really appropriate text for my 39th birthday. You know, just because my life is happening quickly, and it seems like every year goes by quicker and quicker. It's so funny because when you're young, you feel like time takes forever. Everything is just like, I'm waiting so long to grow up or to be an adult. And then as you get older, it seems like time is just like you blinked and it's like another birthday is here. And I wonder sometimes if it's God's grace that as we get older, he speeds our year. It seems sped up to us. I don't know if that's his grace, you know, or just my own anxiousness to be with him one day. But the biggest lesson, if I could share with you guys, that I learned this year is a few things. And I put it in a post, but I will share with you guys, is you have to work and fight for what you want. You have to work and fight for your relationships. You have to work and fight for your health. You have to work and fight for your walk with the Lord. And what I mean by that is you have to till the ground. You got to be a laborer in the field of your soul. You have to put in the work. It's not just going to fall out of heaven. You got to do your part. You have to give God you got to plant some seed for God to bless, to grow, right? And so I learned that this year. I've learned to own my own feelings and emotion and my thoughts and my traumas and really own them. And I'm learning to function in a place where I can be very disciplined. I can feel my feelings, but do it anyway, because I know tomorrow is not promised. So I'm learning to process how I feel, where it's coming from, but not allow it to hold me back from redeeming the time, right? And then what is any other lessons I've learned this year? Probably one of the also biggest lessons I've learned this year is that I absolutely 100% can give grace to other people, because I really understand the grace that I have received. I understand the patience that the Lord has with me, and that everybody is on a unique journey, and that we all arrive. We never fully arrive, but we all arrive to revelation or truths at different times, because it's a process for us all. And the Holy Spirit is very personal about how he reveals things to us in a way that we get it. And so I've learned that it's okay to have a difference of opinion or a different vantage point than somebody else, but it doesn't mean I have to compromise what I believe, that I can stand on it, but I can still mess with you, if you know what I'm saying. I can still fellowship with you. I can still interact with you, even though we may not see eye to eye on everything, because I understand that, and it doesn't mean I'm higher than anybody, because there's certainly tons of people who have greater understanding than I do. But I'm learning that everybody arrives to levels of understanding at different times, and to be patient and to be full of grace and to be ready to give an answer, but to also listen to the Holy Spirit, when to share. so you don't wound people where they are in their path and journey. So I'm learning a lot about what forgiveness really means, and that forgiveness really comes from a place of being resolved within yourself. And you're able to give grace and forgiveness and patience when you're good with you, because you're not looking for anything back. And that's how God is. God gives from his own self-sustainableness, and he does it without expectation of return. And I'm learning to be that person. So thank you guys for helping me celebrate my 39th birthday. Thank you for tuning into this live. Thank you for being a part of this ministry group. And I just hope that you guys have a beautiful day. And here is to my 39th year, moving into the 40s. All right, y'all. Bye.